These are other kinds of traps and openings that always put me in trouble in the chess community.
FBI, open up!
I mean, if this opening trick happened in the real world, I could have been arrested. Jokes aside, and here is what I'm talking about, you guys. So you start with pawn to e4 and your opponent responds with c5, thinking you are going to have a long, boring and solid game. But oops, there you surprise them with the move pawn to b4. This won't be the normal win gambit, you guys, as you are going to see. Point is, most people do take on b4, after which you go pawn to a3. Think of this as the reversed Benko gambit, where you don't really need your queenside pawns because you're going to be controlling the queenside with your pieces. Anywho, point is, if black takes, instead of taking back with the knight or the bishop like what many people do, or instead of going pawn to d4, you simply take on a3 with the rook. Why? See, here you're just inviting black to attack your rook, and after that, you even go extra crazy by sacrificing it like this on move number 5. I mean, who does this? Your opponents will be glad to take that rook and call you a bluff, but you just want to take with your dark squad bishop. Spoiler, the only correct move in this position that black should play immediately is pawn to s6. Whatever they do, whether knight f6, knight g e7, or knight c6, or even pawn to d5, just remember to play knight b5 and they are done. That's it. That's the only thing you need to remember. I'm not going to repeat content because I already have a full video on the madman's win gambit, which I believe has popped up in the card above. So if you want to learn more about the s6 line, watch that video or simply go on my channel and start browsing through. You can type KaspaChess madman's win gambit and the videos will pop up. But for now, let's say your opponent plays the top played move on lichess, knight e7, just go knight b5. This is what you will see most people doing. They will cast a shot, and now since you can't give a check with your knight, you better go in with your bishop. And this is when most people will play something like s6 because they are not comfortable with your knight. But this is a big blunder due to bishop c7, and I mean the queen is just dead. This is how you're going to be winning most of your games. I win most of my games like this, and I've been accused by some unprepared opponents, even 2400s, of cheating. Some even do report me to moderators. 2 months ago, my lichess account was restricted for rating manipulation because moderators thought I was losing games on purpose. Anywho, another trap in the madman's win gambit goes as follows. Let's say this time black doesn't play knight e7 and they go d6. Again, you can just go knight b5. Point is, there's nothing they can do to stop you from capturing on d6. So again, if they play knight e7, because they know it's too late, you can just take like that, and after something like this, you now play queen h5, wanting to checkmate. You see how things are going, see how things are unfolding. If they play pawn to g6, you don't give a check like this. No, you're not going to get something. You play something like queen e5 or queen f3. And if pawn to f5, guess what? Now you have a killer move that most of your opponents are not going to spot. Queen c3, attacking that rook. If they play king g8, you simply go bishop b2 and checkmate is now unavoidable. As you can see, there's nothing black can do to stop this. So the question that begs to be answered in today's video is, can I deliver that kind of checkmate on the real board against a real human opponent? If that happens, I won't be surprised if my account gets banned. But this is what I signed for, and I'm okay to take a risk for you guys. So why can't you also take a risk to subscribe to this channel in the hope that you will see better content from me next time? Do that now as I give you 5 seconds before I play a real game. Let's go! Okay, let's do this. So I want to play my madman's win gambit. Spoiler, I'm going to sacrifice my rook on h3. So you don't want to skip this. If black takes, I'll be happy to go a3. This is the win gambit. But it becomes the madman win gambit if my opponent takes my rook. Oh, okay, so this is another line to look out for. So here you can simply develop your queen's knight, knowing full and well that black is going to play pawn to e6 or e5, something like that. Okay, so what to do? My opponent just played pawn to e5. My idea is still to sacrifice my rook. I can move it and put it on a4 if I want to play a normal game, but I don't want to be normal. So what I'm going to do is to play something like pawn to f4 in advance, and you will know why. I'm kind of opening up the king side in advance. So you can see I just sacrificed my rook against a 2300 level player. And my idea is to go in with my knight and give a check. If that is going to work, I'm not sure. So now let's punish our opponent. This is one trick that most of your opponents are not going to see. At this point, yep, I noticed that my opponent was thinking about queen h4 check out of intuition, but I simply have g3 here. If pawn takes, you don't need to take back right away. First, I have knight this and allow them to promote, obviously, but first let's go check. And I can take, I guess. At least I'm going to walk away with a rook. Now let's give a check again. So if I want, I can make a draw right here. If I want, I can make a draw. But the thing is, I don't want to. What if I give one more check and then go knight f3? At least I'm going to walk away with a rook. Let me try that. Oh, my opponent just changed the sequence. I'll show you what I wanted to do if my opponent did what I was expecting to see. So let's do this. Now this is very wrong. Almost checkmate. Yep, this is done. And it's checkmate. Yeah, so my opponent fell for that. Maybe they were trying to avoid a draw, but what I wanted to do was to play knight f3 if they went back like that. Let me just show you. Yes, so back on move 11, after I gave this check, black played king e8, then I repeated once, king d8 was played, and then knight f7 check. My opponent played king c7. What I wanted to do was, in case of king e8, I was going to play knight f3. And yes, I knew black could have played pawn to g2, open check, but I was ready to go knight takes queen, and after gh, promoting into a queen, maybe, probably I was just going to take the rook or something like that. The game was still going to be normal. Oh, wait a second. Knight d6 check was also interesting to activate the queen, not even taking the rook, because this was going to allow queen takes e4, something like that. So I was going to definitely see knight d6 check in an effort to, you know, free up my queen like this, queen g4. In this case, I think it is actually white who has activity. You know, in chess, it's not just about how many pieces you have, it's about how many active pieces you have. Say if queen takes happened, I was simply going to play maybe something like knight f3, attacking that queen one more time, and say queen h6, I was going to go knight f7 check and win that queen. Going back a few moves, I do understand that instead of playing pawn to g2, my opponent could have also played queen takes e4, but I guess this was going to be a 1-0 move due to this. And I mean, if pawn to g2 this time, I was just going to play rook g1, and if king takes, I had knight g5. I mean, so this is how crazy and complicated my madman's wing gambit can be. It's just crazy to play these stuffs, you guys. By the way, don't play this in serious classical federated tournaments unless you know you are tactically sharper than your opponent, or unless you know you are more skillful, more skilled than your opponent. And hey, want to take your chess seriously? Simply head over to the comment section down below and find a special link to my courses that you should click. You will be redirected to my Patreon page where you can access all my wonderful courses. By the way, that's how you support this channel. And hey, if you really care about this channel and want to see us grow, click the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to turn on the bell notification icon for all my content. That way you won't miss any of my future uploads. Lastly, to get this free study PGN that I'm using in this video, simply scroll all the way down to the comment section and click the first link that you see, which will redirect you to a page that will ask you to subscribe before getting this PGN for free.